Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Major 2024 here in Atlantic City. My name is Matt Falby. I am here with Costin. Introduce yourself.
I play for a Division III team called Livewire, and
all right. Oh, we are going to immediately go into a timeout. As is the case with most first days, there's always technical problems. Yeah. So we're going into a slight timeout while they're trying to sort it out. Costin, you had a chance to play this field?
Yeah, so I had a really good practice in Florida at Legacy Paintball Park, and the field, it plays both fast and slow. Like, there's times where if a certain situation happens, the point could be over in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But if a different situation happens, it can be like an 8-minute point. So it's like whatever happens in the breakdown of like the start and initial breakout of the game will determine on how long the point will last.
Sure. I think you can use the snake here to do a good job slowing down the Dorito side as long as you can protect your snake player, which is a little tough.
Yeah, so
but he's got some good shots over in the Dorito side that can really gum up the works for anybody trying to push D side.
Absolutely. This Snake 2 actually has a cross shot to getting into the Dorito 3, so it can see that move all day.
And while I'm not yet convinced, and this weekend will show me if I'm wrong, I'm not yet convinced that the Snake 50 is a kill everything bunker. I think you're still going to fight for it. And this layout makes it really interesting fight over here on the snake side. I've seen snakes where it's just you get to a 50 and everything on the field is going to die to you. Yeah. I'm not sure that's the case here yet. I have played this, but not enough to say that yet.
So when I was playing it, I was actually in the snake. In this 50 structure, I was able to get up in it and to just stand up and to just shoot like into the snake. But after that, you have to wrap and get low so nothing else sees you, but you can kill everything. I think the best way to actually get kills guarantee is we're calling this the passing lane.
I'm calling this outside lane the passing lane.
Okay.
I think that's what it's going to be used for.
I think we might see it a few times this whole event. Somebody gets there, gets all the way down to their entrance to it, and then pops up and kills everybody.
I did that in practice just as an experiment. I wanted to see if it was possible, so my fat, slow, old man body hauled myself down the entire snake. I dove into the outside snake pretty early on in the game, crawled the whole length of it, popped up, started chopping up bodies until a teammate was nice enough to shoot me in the side of the head, ending that attempt. But the point is, it's doable by somebody much more athletic than myself. It's easily doable. So there is a little bit of a vision from Snake 2. I think if you're playing Snake 2, you can occasionally peek over and look down this passing lane. So, God. And who do we got first? We have Cheetahs versus Tiki'S Ohana, and we have Heroines versus the Archangels.
Who do you think is going to win their respective set?
I'm going to go with Cheetahs on the first one. I got to say, last year I loved watching the Cheetahs because they were just a really explosive team. I loved the way that they attacked the field, so I'm going to root for them either way because I love watching attacking teams. Tiki'S Ohana is a little bit of an unknown to me. Well, not entirely. They played the first event. They did fine. The other match is maybe a little bit closer. I'm biased because I'm friends with some of the Heroines and the ownership.
So I think, again, Ohana, this is their first year. They're going to have a rough. They're building. They're making that new team. And then I think Cheetahs are going to take this. It's an established team. I mean, look what they did last year. They got second all year.
Yep.
And then for the other set, I think it's going to be Heroines because, I mean, they got Jen Folk.
All right, well, here we go. We're about to find out.
I'll watch Ohana.
Cheetahs on our left.
Ohana on our right. Ohana takes Snake off break. The Snake Temple, Snake Tower, Dorito Tower, and there's another body down. Snake can.
Cheetahs with a little bit more conservative breakout. There's a ref going in to check. They're doubled up at that back mini temple. Now they're starting to spread up the middle to the box.
Both teams have a player in that center brick in the field. Oh, Ohana loses their first player, though.
But Ohana does have good position over here at the Snake 50. She's going to wrap and start looking for bodies.
Let's see if she actually commits. I think that is Cammy. Yeah, that is.
Oh, she may have caught the mini wall. Nope, mini wall's going to engage with her. Yeah, they know now.
They know. Missed opportunity. If Cammy just hits the deck and crawls, she'd have that center bricks back all day, I feel.
Yeah, she can also drop back about 5 feet and have an angle cross field, both of that D1. I think she's going to do that now.
Or stand up, pop the top. Nope. Come on, Cammy. Ohana's talking it up, finding out where the bodies are. Is it 5 alive for Cheetahs still?
Cheetahs still 5 alive.
Okay.
So 5-on-4 in favor of Cheetahs, although better field positioning for Tiki.
Yeah. Cheetahs do know there's a snake, right? They're not really playing it like they know, though.
I saw enough paint coming in at it. They have to know.
Maybe they just lost her.
Yeah, look, their center brick is now posted up on the snake, so she knows somebody's there. Although she's shooting at snake 2.
Tiki'S Ohana still in the back.
So a little bit better penetration for Cheetahs over there on that Dorito side. They didn't break out wide, but then they started making their secondary bumps real fast. Yep. Here we go. Drop back, look cross.
And this is what I meant by, like, this initial breakout can determine how long the point lasts.
Sure. So I just saw something interesting for the Ohana player. She dropped back blind to a very specific position, which means she really did a good job walking this field because she knew exactly where she needed to be to pop up and shoot cross.
Snake Temple fills out to Snake Corner for Ohana. And this goes back up to the Snake.
The Snake corners here are not great because
Absolutely
they really can't support their Snake player. They can't protect their Snake player.
I really feel this Ohana player should just hit the deck, crawl into their Snake, and then just pop up and get a couple kills. If she gets 2 kills, sacrifices her body,
sure,
that helps Ohana because then they have the number advantage.
So you're right. She could drop crawl, get to that Snake too. She has to win her gunfight with that center brick.
Absolutely.
Instantly.
Yeah.
If she does that.
But I think she also needs support from her other players because she has 2 people on her side. The Dorito side just needs to stay alive because they're an island over there. Up.
We over here.
So now it is a 53 for Cheetahs. The Ohana Dorito player dies. Oh, my God.
I think we just got shot in the shoulder. We did. So the Ohana's going to be down to 2 players left.
Yep.
Now 1 player left.
If I was the coach of Ohana, I would towel this. Save as much time as I could.
Yeah, you don't need to. So, okay, so toweling. Let's talk about that real quick. At the very first point, I don't even know what's the value in trying to milk the clock or shorten the clock because you don't know where the match is going to be at the end. So I've always been confused, like, what's the proper procedure? Because let's be honest, it might be end of the game and you need more time, or you might get to the end of the game with a lead and you want less time.
So it's like, but in that kind of instance, it's 5 versus. Yeah. So even if, let's say, Cheetahs did get a penalty, they had the bodies for it. So yeah. Even, obviously, let's say Ohana starts getting the lead and they want to burn it, maybe not toweling helps them. But they're facing the Cheetahs. They're going to want as much time. And I would say that for any team, even if Heroines are losing to Archangels. I would say you want as much time to get back, and then once you're ahead by like a point or 2, that's when you start trying to burn the clock as much as possible.
So we've got about 20 seconds left. We're going to see taking the field. We're going to have Heroines on our left, St. Louis Archangels on our right. So back to that real quickly. If you see them intending to hit the buzzer, let them hit the buzzer because there's a chance they have a hit on them.
Yeah.
So there's always a good chance of that.
So let's get into this breakout. I will watch Archangels.
Here we go. Heroines spreading wide to the corner over here on the Snake.
Archangels playing kind of pocket, but getting that penetration up the center.
Heroines a little bit more shallow at the center. They did go to the very outside of the Snake.
Archangel finally gets into the Snake. Oh, but they lose one. They lose their Snake side tower.
And there's a miner being thrown.
Oh, that's not good.
Ooh, that's going to gut that team real fast. That's just going to leave, I think, 2 players left alive.
No, it looks like there's 3.
Maybe that was the penalty, the bodies that walked off. Okay. So that said.
So Archangel's in the 50 Snake, though, so they do have the positioning, but are they going to use it? That's the question.
What's interesting is the Heroines are in this outside Snake, this is what I call passing lane. Now she goes. Okay.
Is that Nana or Tata? It's one of those sisters. But she's going in, and how much you...
She's going to trade. Immediate trade.
Yep. But that's her...
Blanca?
Yep. There's 2 of the Blanco sisters. It's either Nana or Tata. Oh, Daniela getting into the passing lane. I don't think Archangels picked that up either, so Daniela is about to have a feast. But
I think the coach picked that up.
Yeah.
And toweled out of it.
But that's what I mean. Like if your team is about if your players are about to get absolutely ripped,
blown up. Yeah.
Why let them?
Yeah.
Save them the pain. Save some time on the clock. Regroup.
If it's falling apart again, this isn't a strong counter argument, but the counter argument is if you think there's a chance. There's a player with a hit, maybe you can get a penalty and flip it. But that's grasping at straws, to be really honest. All right, we're going to flip back to the next game, which is going to be Cheetahs versus Ohana. Cheetahs took the first game. Cheetahs will be on your right. Ohana will be on your left for this game.
I don't think Ohana realizes that because they're going to...
They're going to the wrong box?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, I heard a story in Texas. We're taking another timeout, I'm assuming?
I don't believe so.
No, that you just... one of them just did this to me.
Okay.
So
Well,
I
we'll
guess
find
we
out.
are taking a timeout. Oh, Ohana fixes it.
Yeah, Ohana.
So I heard a story in Texas from a team out in Tampa. There was a confusion on which box to start because it was a no point.
Oh, yeah.
So both teams are on the same start box.
I know where this is going.
Once it goes,
Yeah.
everyone pulls up, starts shooting at each other.
So once you're below the time it takes to sprint from one end of the field to the other, you're pretty much committed. I guess I'm going to stay at this box. It might be wrong.
So,
but there's no, and exactly what you're describing happens. I've seen it happen a few times. I hate it. I don't like the rule that you are stuck, that you don't switch sides for a no point, because I think it causes those situations for no real benefit.
Yeah.
There's been talk about changing that rule. I'm not sure where we're at with that. But in the Woods days, where what side of the field you were on made a difference. Okay, but on layouts like this that are
where it's mirrored,
it doesn't make a difference realistically.
unless it's like one's in like a ditch and then the other one's uphill.
Sure,
So-
if the field's not truly mirrored.
Yeah.
And you can make an argument that if your players aren't great shooting ambidextrously, maybe you want. But realistically, it doesn't make a lot of difference. And that no point, no switch sides rule causes what you're describing.
And I would argue that, like, if you're playing paintball, you should, and especially tournaments, you should, even if you're not the best at it, be able to shoot ambidextrously. Because I'm right-handed, I shoot way better with my left hand. I don't get it.
Yeah. You know what's interesting is mechanical, and back in the day when everything was mechanical, the players would say that they'd shoot a higher. Most of my friends would say they'd shoot a higher rate of fire with their left hand, but they were more accurate with their right.
I believe it.
I don't know why. I don't know the biomechanics of why that would make a difference.
Yeah.
So we are in a little bit of timeout. Maybe Tiki called that timeout because they realized that they're the wrong box. Plus, they were a little late getting to the box, so maybe for those reasons.
So maybe.
Yeah, they used their timeout. What is this camera mounted to the head of the media guy?
Oh, it's one of those 360 cams.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes.
Never seen it.
Oh, they're head refs asking if both sides ready, so I think we're about to jump into this one.
Kick it to a start.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
I will be watching Cheetahs.
Yep.
Although blue is in the way.
Yeah. Cheetahs will be on your right. Ohana will be on your left. Ohana
Ohana.
down by a point.
Cheetahs take snake off break. They double up the snake side tower, but they lose the snake. So,
two players walking off though over here on the
that's not
for the
good.
Cheetahs. I'm sorry for
For
Ohana.
Ohana.
Yep. Now three. Ohana's down to 2 players alive.
Yep. With Cheetahs up by 2.
Yeah. This may quickly be a towel out situation if you're trying to save clock.
Yeah, especially it's a 42 in favor of Cheetahs. Ohana's best bet to probably beat a towel with this.
That would be the responsibility of Ricky, I believe.
Yes, it
Coach?
would.
Very nice gentleman. Got to meet him this morning.
I came from his organization, Murder Goons, so. And he also used to play for the ML Kings last season, so.
Well, he's letting his players go for it. So it's 2 on 4, if I'm not mistaken, at the moment.
Yes.
It's not an impossible situation.
But
It's not great.
it's an uphill battle, especially you're down on a point.
So we got Tiki at home, shooting to the left side, shooting Dorito side.
And Cheetahs is just willing to burn this clock out.
Yeah, that's pretty clear. You're right. They're just sitting on it.
They're like, they don't have any intention to move, so.
Have we heard story time come out yet? Or some variation on that call?
I don't know. They're calling a red alert, but
I think they must be calling on the snake. The snake is the thing. If you're calling a red alert, that's what you're concerned about.
But I don't know if it's Cheetahs calling it or if it's Ohana calling it.
Yeah.
So
I believe that's the Cheetahs calling it, but Ohana is really not threatening right now.
yeah. Oh, where's the other body for Ohana?
Good question. We have
'Cause
home.
There's the Dorito corner.
We just
no,
lost the
the
home
Dorito
player
corner.
for Ohana. That's
So-
going to leave one Ohana player left. Maybe in the tower.
Maybe. Yeah. Oh, but yeah.
And she takes
Yeah.
a walk, so that's going to be 0.
So 3 left for Cheetahs, and
They're going to walk it in.
yep.
There you go.
How much time is left in this set?
I do
Well,
not
they
have the
never
game clock in
know.
front of me.
So let's talk about that point real quick. What would you have done if you were Ohana in that situation?
Down 1-0 is not panic situation
Yeah.
yet. It's not time where you pull out your crazy play yet. Obviously, you look back in first game and say, did we lose a player on the run out in a particular running lane? I'll try to avoid that lane. But other than that, no, I think you still play your game. Down 1-0, the clock was still plentiful at that point. I think there's a lot of aggressive stuff you can do, especially over here on the snake side, but I don't know if it's risk time yet for them. What were you thinking? Let's flip it around on you.
So if I was Ohana in that situation, I don't die off break, right? Obviously, the number one thing,
Wow.
don't die off break.
We should put this behind a paywall.
Oh my God, absolutely. Turn into Rainy. Give me a scratcher and I'll give you some tips.
Yeah.
But in a 4v2, I would have toweled a lot sooner.
Yes,
Is all
yeah.
what I would have done.
All right, Heroines versus Archangels.
Heroines take the snake off break. Makes it in clean. 5 alive for Heroines.
5 alive for both teams. No, as I say that, the first player walks off from the middle tower.
Commentator's curse.
Yep.
Heroines flare out to snake corner. And
At the same
Dorito
time,
tower.
the D1 is taken over here on the left side.
Oh, running ref to check the Heroines player.
Never good.
And she's clean. Oh, another running ref to Dorito player for the Heroines. Nope, called rub.
Archangels pretty much spread across the back. They are at the D1. By the way, I don't know. The value of it is up to the coach to decide, but your D1 to D2 bump is so easy on this field.
Absolutely.
For a player walking off over here for the Heroines from the Dorito side. Might be a Blanca.
Yeah, it is. Or wait, is it? Hold on. We'll see here in a second. So currently at 44. Heroines do have the first point. It is a Blanco, by the way.
Yep. Heroines up into this snake 50 now. And very unopposed. She doesn't have anybody really close threatening her. And I'm not entirely sure that that they've picked up on her presence there. The Archangels are probably not aware of it.
Well, I think they are now because she just popped the top and immediately went back down.
They're at both. Heroines are at both 50s now.
Heroines definitely have the field advantage. Let's see what Archangels can do about this.
Archangels going to have to win some gunfights here.
Heroines pinch out the snake corner,
Yep.
it looks like.
So I'd like to see this snake 50 player for the Heroines. Yeah, now she's doing it. She's going to look for other angles, right?
Yep.
They've keyed on the outside of that snake. They're going to shut you down from wrapping it. So start getting inventive, start getting creative. So that's what Blanca's doing.
Yep.
There you go. She jumps over to the inside.
Honestly, I think she could just come back and take this passing lane and go all the way.
I think I'm going to be saying that a lot today. I agree with you completely. She's very unopposed to do that right now if she wanted to.
Yeah, because there's nobody wider than
No.
the Snake Temple for Archangels?
Yeah, essentially Snake Temple, home. You got the D1 over there.
And if I were Archangels, I'd be putting a lot more paint because it looks like that Heroine center player is about to launch because she's moving around like there's no paint near her.
There we go.
But Heroine's burning the clock, that's for sure.
So the body situation being on 3-on-4 is not hopeless yet.
Yeah.
So I don't think I towel it out, but man, you're losing clock.
Especially if your players aren't doing anything. As a coach, I feel that would put you in a tough situation. It's not hopeless, but they're not doing anything. So it's like, oh, yep.
Here we go. Heroine's making the long, slow crawl on what I'm calling the passing lane.
Yep. Just put some Pink Panther. Oh, two more walking off.
Oof. You know what? I hate to say it for this Heroine player. She's not going to get to the end of the snake before. Yep. She did. Her path to glory was there. That was Titus.
That is definitely I feel like she did that knowing that she didn't need to.
Yeah.
And the Archangels coach is like, oh.
I mean, that's a good point. This what I'm calling the passing lane is very visible to the coaches. If they see a player crawling it down it, they might as well throw the flag because they know if you get to the other end, it is going to be just a bloodbath at the other end. All right. Well, we got 2-0 in both matches at this point. I think we're going to see Ohana take the field again, if I'm not mistaken, and they're in a 2-0 deficit.
I would like to see Ohana put one, not get completely blown off the field. But even if they got one, they can say they figured it out. They did something right this match.
Yeah, take a point.
And same with Archangels. Like, I would hate, like, losing sucks, but it's the first match. You have 3 other matches to go. If you can put 1 point on the board and you could say, okay, we did this right.
Yeah.
What's everything else we did wrong?
I don't know the temperature of that team. I don't know how they're handling the pressure of their first year at Pro. But this is a tester, and here we go.
Ohana takes the Snake W up to the center brick. The Dorito 2 it? Nope. They lose the Dorito 2 runner.
Cheetahs with 5 alive. Cheetahs did a good job spreading out. They're in
So-
position to get into the snake. They're at the snake mini wall.
So Ohana kind of more conservative, not trying to push the aggressive, it looks like. But they lose their Snake W player. I think that was Jillian.
And Cheetahs respond by sliding up the middle to that brick. And now they're into the snake.
Ohana calls the red alert, so they know Cheetahs are there, but
There's not a lot you can do about it, though, once they drop low and crawl.
especially if you're not in that snake with them. And Cheetahs players are just rapping, gonna see.
We got 4 alive for the Cheetahs at the moment, if I'm not mistaken. Get snake 50.
Did a Cheetahs player walk off?
Yeah, we had 1 player walk off.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yep.
So
I love seeing and we take the D1 for the Cheetahs. I love seeing the finger twitch right before somebody's popping out to fire.
it's like you're getting ready to
Yeah.
shoot, like you're
Warming
warming
the
up.
fingers,
and then-
yeah. Oh, and the ref getting blasted.
Oh.
Head ref today, Jason, by the way. Jason from England. He's the one in the red jersey.
People don't appreciate the refs enough, I feel.
Oh, he just gets hit again.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Cheetah sliding out to the snake corner.
Ohana or Cheetah's calling a kill 3. Oh, now it's a kill 4. I would towel this, not save your player from getting
Yeah.
absolutely ripped.
And she's about to. She's about to get double bunkered. Oh. Okay.
That extra shot from number 18, that was like, I'm not gonna say it was unnecessary. It was unnecessary because I probably would have done the same thing, but it was like, there's some beef there.
I would say, I mean, if I'm going to make excuse, I'd say that, you don't know the situation. You don't
Yeah.
fully know what's left alive as a player. So,
Yeah.
by the way, I'd love to give this warning to our viewers every single broadcast, right? We're sitting here in the booth. We can see the field perfectly. We've got one of the best viewing positions in the house. It is so easy as a commentator to be like, well, you did that wrong.
Yeah.
And it's so much harder as a player because you have so much less information, right? You're not 100% certain in the kill count.
Absolutely.
You're not 100% certain where bad guys are. There's just so much uncertainty. Your head's down behind a bunker. It's just, you have so much less information. So
100%.
if you hear us be critical of a player, know that I'm stating up front, I understand they have way less information, and it's easy to be critical.
We're
of
just hypocrites.
yeah. If I was that good, I'd be playing pro this afternoon. I'm just lucky enough to have a great viewing position.
So Heroines versus Archangels. Let's see what Archangels do. Archangels taking snake off break.
Yeah, big run out.
Big run. They get out wide on the. Oh,
They're up to the 50 brick in the middle. We're heading to the snake 50 very quickly.
Archangels almost ran into each other.
D1 is hot. Man, they are flying bodies up. Now transitioning the inside of that snake. There's going to be a head-to-head here.
There's
going to
be a head-to-head fight here. But Heroines don't know the snake's here.
No, neither one knows that each other's there.
Playing that up. Somebody's calling snake 50. I don't know if it's Heroines or if it's Archangels.
Oh, they're both correct.
Whoever's saying it, they're right.
Yeah, they're right.
This Archangels player could absolutely wrap around. Oh, snake
I
50
see a
dies.
flag
Oh,
coming.
but Archangels get a minor.
Yeah.
If Archangel snake just went, wrapped around, she could pick up.
Heroin. Both,
Commentator's curse, I
Yeah.
swear.
both snake players walking out, though.
Yeah, but Heroines do have the body advantage because Archangels did get a minor.
Yep. Heroin's going to go all the way up to the snake 50.
And there's Daniela again. Just cruising.
That was a good recognition that she could do that safely.
Yeah, that was a really good read.
So she's really got to worry about D1.
There's a towel.
They towel out.
Is it a 5-0 mercy rule?
Well, at pro level, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. If it's 5, there's 2 more but yeah.
Plus with clock. So we don't have an average yet for this layout, but I'd say traditionally the average score that we've seen for men's and women's, probably about like 6, maybe 7 points per game total. Combined between the two teams is a pretty typical score on most layouts.
Yeah.
Don't know about this layout yet.
I feel like on this layout, it's either going to be really low-scoring games because the teams. I feel like later in the tournament, for the divisionals at least, because Pro have that weird bunker setup layout.
If you haven't seen the Pro layout, go check it out. It's funky.
I seen on the comments somebody saying, "Oh, so Ryan Greenspan's going to the kill house every."
Yeah, pretty much.
But I would say for this layout, if it's two really solid teams, we're going to see some high-scoring games. Yeah. So Cheetahs and Ohana take the field. I almost said Heroines. Cheetahs.
Ohana.
Oh, running and gunning to the snake, but dies.
3-0 deficit for Ohana.
Cheetahs release up to the center brick and to the Dorito 2. So it is a 54 for Ohana. Ohana could win this one.
They're into the snake. They're at that middle brick.
Cheetahs get into
they lost their snake player for Ohana. That's a big loss.
That was probably... Yeah, that was Cammy.
She's doing the what? What?
Like where? It was probably on her back.
Yeah, it's probably the pack.
Yeah. Or maybe it just sprayed up. Yeah, she's like really confused in where she got shot.
Well, check the butt pack as she walks out.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. Again, that's one of those times where it's like it's a ref's discretion call, but there was 2 refs who called that. So
if you, as a ref, if you see a ball hit and break and leave any amount of paint, even if it's not what you and I would traditionally see as a hit, that player is dead.
Yeah, it doesn't.
And that's a rare occurrence, but occasionally you see a ball hit a player, split open, leave a tiny dot, and the rest of it.
But it looks like it bounced or something.
But if it breaks open and you see any amount of paint left on the player, that's a kill.
Yep.
So, and then as a player, you walk off the field and you're like, "There's no hit on me." And
like, where did I get hit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thankfully, I have not received one of those.
You've never been hit? That's, man.
Oh, man, I wish. I wish I had a shield of invincibility around me every time I played. It'd make life so much easier.
All right, here we go. So we got, I think we're 4-4 if I'm not mistaken.
It's a 44.
There we go. Ohana's starting to push, though.
I don't like that move from Ohana. I feel she should have gone all the way and just crawled because they had no idea. No. They don't know she's there.
You're advocating for jumping out here to what I'm calling the passing lane, crawling the whole length of the field.
Absolutely.
Yep. So as the weekend goes on, the teams are going to figure this out more and more and more, how to attack this and how to use this passing lane.
I will say Ohana did, I feel, maybe me being biased because I practice with Ohana.
Yeah, let it out.
I feel if the Ohana 50 snake player crawled when nobody knew she was there, crawled, hit the deck, got to their snake 2 and popped up and get at least 2 kills, that would turn the tide for Ohana and help them win. So I'd hope that they take that. I'm going to go tell them that after this anyways.
you get on top of that.
Yeah.
Go snatch the clipboard out of Coach Ricky's hands.
Do this, this, and this. If you don't do this, you're cut.
So Ohana player is at the snake 50 now. I'll be honest, if I'm going to criticize, she went a little bit too slow, a little bit too conservative. She was protected from anybody seeing her.
Absolutely.
But she's there. Oh, no, and she immediately
loses that gunfight.
Oh, that's a huge death for Ohana. With the score being what it is, with a 3-0 deficit, you cannot afford to towel out easily here. You really
now have to hope your players,
Yeah.
especially, but it's a 2-on-4 now, I think, right?
I believe we should have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, there's that inside Dorito for Ohana as well. And Cheetah's just basically burning the clock.
Oh, they're sitting hard. Yeah.
They do not care.
I'm watching their Dorito player filling sandbags over there right now. They have no intention of moving.
Honestly, I feel like Cheetahs at this point could have just took a nap.
No, I don't. Okay, you're going to have to face Ohana with those kind of comments. You better get to your car and get out of here quick.
I'm only 16. What are they going to do?
Yeah, there's Atlantic City. I'm sure there's some bodies out at sea already.
Oh, that's fair.
You could join them.
Get the good concrete shoe treatment.
Yeah. All right, yeah. They're just going to sit on it. Ohana's got to figure out some way to crack through this defense.
I think if this Ohana player just launched... Oh, no, never mind, because the Dorito player is looking this way. If that Dorito player was not looking this way, this Ohana player could just, the center break, so
run through.
Viewers know what I'm talking about, could just run through, I feel, and kill 2, maybe.
So I'm seeing a lot of the Cheetah player guns looking over to the snake side, though. I don't see a cross-up. Am I missing?
The center brick and the Dorito over there are
Yep.
cross, and then... There's the fourth body for
Yep.
Cheetahs.
Sliding up to that center tower.
And she's looking snake, so
Actually, I'll say that Doritos side tower.
yeah.
So Ohana players, they've got it. This is problem-solving time, right? If you're an Ohana player, you got to start shooting at one person isn't going to do it. You need to start looking around the field, trying to figure out how to crack your way through this.
Yeah.
It is what I'm about to suggest is very difficult to do, but maybe back up and get into the snake. Because if they can back up and get into the snake, she can crawl the whole length of it. Now that's the whole series of events to get to that situation.
That's if she can get in the snake,
Yeah.
in the snake without being seen.
Without being seen.
There's a towel from Ohana.
Yep.
But I genuinely feel if she, again, everything, we're hypocrites. We know
It's
stuff
easy.
that they don't.
Yeah, it's easy out here.
So I'm
to
going to say,
criticize.
take this with a grain of salt. I feel if Ohana didn't lose as many gunfights and all that, they're looking good for being a first-year team.
Yeah.
For being a first-year team going against a team that's been established, that's been in here for
Right.
time and time again, that took second
Yep.
last year. It's like the blast camp of the WNXL.
Yeah, that's a good way
But
to put it.
they don't look bad. They're just losing gunfights.
Yeah.
And they're not making the right moves because they're not seeing the right moves. And that, again, it takes time. So
They're losing that gunfight at the Snake 50. That was the big turning point for that because at that point Ohana had a chance to blow it up.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, I don't know if there's a gun waiting for her. I don't want to be too critical, or if she just popped up at the wrong time.
I
don't
think the Snake Temple was just posted looking at the 50 Snake,
Waiting
just
for her.
waiting.
It's logical.
Because, I mean,
There's some bunkers on the field that as a team you should just say, look, we're going to assume it's hot at all
Yeah.
times because it's illogical not to assume it's hot.
we got Heroines versus Archangels. Heroines taking the Snake right off break again, doubling up the Snakeside Temple.
Archangels up the middle of the brick.
But running ref.
Oh, they lost their Snake player.
Did Archangels lose their Snake player?
Yeah, lost their Snake player.
Heroines lost their back Snake player trying to fill out to the corner. But Heroines also have the inside Dorito and the 200.
So 4-4 at the moment.
So Daniela Rojas walking off right now for Heroines. And then who's this Archangel player? Number 14. Do you have the numbers over there or no?
I do not have the numbers.
Okay.
That's something I'd like to see PB Leagues put on
The sheets.
on the sheet. Yeah, so we can.
Make it be like a requirement. It's like, what's your jersey number?
Well, there was a league, I believe PSP or one of the leagues back in the day required numbers on your hoppers, number on your jerseys.
I think it was both NPPL
Was it
and
both?
PSP. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think having another pro league would be dope, though.
Be careful. And they cut our feed.
But the
All right.
NXL is the best overall. So.
There you go. You just saved yourself that costume. All right. So I would say right now that there's actually Archangels are probably in the worst position because they don't have anybody threatening the Snake. Where really it's not that hard to see the Heroines go ahead and crawl up the Snake and do a bunch of damage. Even with the Archangel in that center brick looking for you, she really can't stop you if you want to go up the Snake right now.
Heroines Hopper is off her gun in that Snakeside Tower.
That's not good.
But I think she got fixed. But she's got the rest of her team to support her. I don't think she's really worried. Obviously, her biggest concern now is getting her gun to work.
Big move up to that Dorito side 50, though, for the Heroines. They're not willing to just sit on this one and milk the clock. They're trying to win it.
I think Heroines know that they have it. They're going to burn the clock, but also go win it. If you can burn the clock and go also push the field, why won't you?
You know what? Here's another way to look at it. If you're up big on this,
Archangels lose another body.
that's not good. This is falling apart for the Archangels. Oh, at the same time, Heroines lose their 50 player over there.
Oh, no.
When you're up this many points as a coach, you can start to think about throwing weird game plans out there to try them out because I don't want to call it a free point, but you're in a situation up this many points where you can start being a little experimental and learn what the field can give you. So here's where I think that the Heroines have been told, just milk the clock. Their Snake 1 has been there at the head of the Snake for, 2 minutes now, maybe?
Oh, but Archangels get into the passing lane.
This is the chance.
This is what they need.
Archangels in the passing lane.
Oh, but they lose their center 50.
So if the Archangel can get all the way, she should not stop. She needs to go all the way to the other end.
But I'm curious.
Oh, no, she's going to stop and look. Yep, there it is. Blanca's sister getting a check by the refs.
I feel like it was bad timing. I feel if she made that move a lot sooner, she would have gotten fine. And
I believe that's Anika Brecker that was crawling that passing lane. My only criticism is maybe not stop and pop. Maybe crawl the whole length of it, see what it offers you. Although, frankly, in that situation, the Heroines might have just run and hit the buzzer before you even got to the other end. They were in such a dominant position.
I genuinely feel that if she made that move a lot sooner, the Heroines would have known she was there. I feel if she didn't stop and just went sooner, she would have made it all the way, and Archangels might have a point on the board now.
So what's interesting is the Heroine player, I think it was one of the Blanca sisters, she got to that S2 and she immediately looked into the passing lane. So they knew about that. That's a danger. That was not, in my opinion, that was not an accident, her finding Anika. I think she was told, always check that passing lane.
And that's what, in my practice, that's what we were told to do. If you get there, that's the first thing you look, because if they get in there and nobody knows it.
Yeah. And I believe that's the S2 is the only place in this field you really can get a good look into that passing lane.
Unless you're in the entrance to the passing lane.
Yeah, unless you're about to do the same thing yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here we go. I think we're looking at a 4-0 right now.
Yes. So let's see if Ohana can put one on the board. Ohana going out wide to the snake corner. Oh, no, they're going straight to the passing lane. Let's see. She makes it in alive.
Cheetahs lose their player going out the Dorito side, though.
This might be the point for Ohana. If they can get... Oh. Yes. If they can take out... If Ohana can stop... Oh, Cheetahs lose another player, but Ohana loses one as well. So...
She's got to get her pack down, though, for the Ohana player. Got to keep your pack down.
Cammy, get down on the ground.
If this middle tower looks over, she might be able to glimpse that pack.
I think that it's the snake corner who's going to miss her.
Here we go.
And they know they're in the snake. So if Cammy just gets all the way down, pops up, this will be a point for Ohana.
Can I tell you that the fatigue starts popping in right here? The other thing she's got to be careful is not bumping any of the beams. Oh, boy.
That's not copyright, is it?
Well, but we're demonetized.
Oh, God. Come on, Cammy. Come on,
So
Cammy.
I got to tell you, as a player, you were so out of breath down there.
Take a second to breathe.
Go.
Go. Come on, Cammy. There we go. She's got the right idea.
Oh, there's 2 kills.
There's 2. Let's go.
That's
5. That's 5, I think, for Ohana. That's what they needed.
That's right. There it is. They're going to win this point.
And she doesn't realize that 2 other bodies walk off. Is she the only? No. Okay.
It doesn't matter because she's going to hit the buzzer.
It doesn't matter if she doesn't get shot by her own team. There we go. That's what Ohana needed. Ohana is in this game. If they can keep that momentum, they will be fine.
Congratulations, Ohana, on that one. She's going to get some high fives coming back to the box, come back to the pit. Yeah, she even got dabbed up by the ref. Even the ref was like, good job.
Cammy is definitely pumped up for that one.
Nicely done.
Yep, you can hear it. Ohana is hyping her up. That is what Ohana needed. They're in this game now.
So this is a point of caution or a down note. That kind of play, I think, is going to be available early on in the tournament. But I think by late Saturday, I think it's going to get harder and harder to get away with that.
So I think what happened was this Cheetah player looked.
She's already past her.
No, she was right under her.
Yeah, she was right under her. Yep.
So it's like, bad timing. We got a timeout.
So last year, and I'm going to screw up the teams because my memory is that of a goldfish. In the finals over on the pro field, I was up there in the booth, and I think it was Vibe versus maybe Cheetahs, and it was such a rainy weekend that 2 players ended up not only at the same bunker. I think it was the Vibe player actually passed by the Cheetah player and was standing at a bunker just like 5 feet. They were back to back about 5 feet away from each other, wide open to each other. I think it was the Cheetah player who was the first person to notice, like, hey, who's this player standing 5 feet from me behind me?
Yeah,
did you see that one?
Yes, I know what point you're talking about.
Oh my God,
I can't remember who it was,
crazy.
but it was funny. It was like,
yeah.
No, like I was losing my mind. I'm like, what?
There was at one point where, and again, I could be getting the teams wrong, but the Cheetah player was shooting cross towards Dorito side, while again I think it was the Vibe player was actually standing over her. Her gun was over her head, shooting towards the back line, and then she passed her. I was just like, I think it was foggy goggles.
Oh my God. No, so I think it might have been heroin. Again, I'm not sure. But I think what the player said was that she thought it was her teammate
standing right
in the peripheral vision is what she thought.
There's no other good explanation for that when you're on the field.
So Archangels versus Heroines. This is also a 4-0 game right now.
There we go.
Archangels go to the snake,
Heroines,
I think.
Heroines in the snake off the break.
Yes, Archangels do take the snake because snake too.
Heroines, I think, are kind of in attack mode here, even with a big lead.
Well, it's kind of like how the Russians are. Like,
First player walking off, though, over there.
Takes a couple extra as they're walking off.
Heroines up a body.
Oh, Heroines, just a lot of movement from the Heroines.
Yeah, they're really pushing it.
Well,
Again, this can be, you could call this an experiment game, right?
I mean, if you look at it on paper, this is a game the Heroines should win.
Yeah, well.
No, nothing against Archangels, but when you're playing one of the top 3 teams in WNXL, on paper, the Heroines should win this one all day.
Right.
And I think the Heroines know that. So they're playing it like they have no... Why slow down? If you can get that mercy rule, that helps your margin as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Another player walking off, though, for the Archangels. This is quickly falling apart.
Oh, and another one.
That's a third player walking off for the Archangels. Fourth player walking off. Just the box player left alive for Archangel.
Yep, and I think this will be a 5-0.
There.
Oh.
I think she just got hit in the gun.
I think she just got hit in the gun.
Heroine player getting a check. It's not going to matter because there's no players left alive over here for Archangels. There is a major.
Oh, that's a major? On who?
They're running towards the Archangel side.
Who is that major on? It might have been Archangels because they ran towards the Archangels side.
Yeah, they ran towards the Archangels side. If we get a pause here after they've sorted out, I might go and approach the head ref, ask what's going on. Our head ref today is Jason Friend. He's a gentleman in the red jersey. The reffing crew is from a little bit all over, so he's telling me all the nationalities we have. I have traditionally been, of course, I'm biased. I've done a lot of reffing. I've traditionally been very impressed by the semi-pro reffing crew. The last few years, I thought they've done a great job over here. Of course, if you're a coach right now, you're screaming at the headset. You're screaming at the television. You're totally wrong, Matt. The referee's, my team got screwed. All right, I'm going to put down the headset. I'm going to go ask Jason what was the call. Be right back. Ooh, that was a little rough. Okay, so the Archangel player, according to our head ref, was shot in the face, continued to shoot, and, of course, took a body with her, which is, that's a major. On the other hand, I saw your reaction. On the other hand, when you're down 4-0 and you're the last body on the field, whatever, man. It doesn't matter. So that's an automatic point for Heroines. There weren't enough bodies to fulfill it. Yeah, I mean,
when you said shot in the face, I thought of the story that you told me about your friend.
Oh, okay. So off air, I told Costin about I was playing with a teammate. This was years ago. It was actually the Zap Am International Open in Pittsburgh, and I had a teammate take a goggle hit and just utterly continued playing with it, just totally ignored it. The crowd's going wild. I'm looking at him as his teammate, going, "Get off the field, man! Get off the field!" He waits until the ref is like within arm's reach of him. He kept playing, and when he realized the ref was right there, he head faked. He did a head bob and snapped his head back slightly and then called himself out as if he just got shot. So from the ref's perspective, he did it. His head snapped, and he calls himself out. There's no penalty. It was just brilliant. It was so brilliant.
Oh, my God.
Good. That is, if you're from New England and you remember George Sataropoulos, Peanut Crew, that was an amazing cheat. We are not teaching you how to cheat at home. Please don't do what I just told you.
We do not suggest cheating at all. God. Cheating loses tournaments.
Yeah. I was having this conversation last night. I don't know how long you've been playing. I don't know how old you are, to be really honest. I'm old, okay? But the introduction of the flag system where you could do immediate penalties, one-for-ones, you might have always played with it. But back in the day, the refs had no power, right? They could threaten you with point penalties for cheating, but they never did it. So the refs were so powerless out there. And by introducing flags where the refs can immediately pull you, pull a friend, pull two friends off the field, it gave so much more power to the refs. It really did clean up the sport. Anyways, how long have you been playing?
I've been playing. This is my second year playing tournaments now,
okay.
So I'm newer.
You don't go back that far.
No.
I first started playing in 1992. Dang. You'd think I'd be good at it by now, but instead I've been relegated to the webcast booth.
Hey, you traded playing to watching.
Yeah,
So,
I
mean,
still play, but not
not
as
as
I
much.
used to.
Yeah,
I do try to make sure that I get out and practice these layouts before I come to a webcast.
absolutely. So you know, like what?
Yeah, I got to look like 10% less like an idiot than I already am. So I got to know the field at least a little bit.
So we're taking a technical timeout because this snake beam is absolutely gone.
I think somebody might have.
Did somebody cleat it?
Yeah.
Who cleated the snake beam?
Somebody might have cleated it.
Why would you cleat the snake beam?
Yeah. Look at the Cheetahs all just trying to fight in shade. That's a good tactic in this situation.
Absolutely.
Saying hi to Nicole. Nicole will be doing some sideline reporting for us in a minute. When the match is over, you might be able to get to see her interview one of the coaches, ask them what went right or what went wrong. Be aware, Nicole is a coach. She's a coach for New England Invasion. So if you're doing an interview with her, don't try to lie. She will call you out on it. Yeah, she knows. She knows the layout. She knows what happened.
So Ohana is just chilling the sun cooking.
I don't have the scoreboard in front of me, but I'm going to guess. I think it's 4-0 at the moment for Ohana.
It's 4-1 because
4.
Ohana just got that point from the passing lane.
Oh, you're right.
So point for Ohana. So they did something right, but
It's tough. It's a tough start to the tournament.
if you're gonna mess up, do it early.
Yeah. So there's.
Hey, the refs got the leaf blower.
There
to
we
work.
go. I think they were struggling to get the leaf blower to start. It's gas powered.
Yeah.
If you get to Saturday as a team and let's say you're 0-3 for the weekend, awful situation. Again, there is two things that go in your favor at that point. You got nothing to lose, so your team can start playing with a little bit more devil may care attitude.
Yeah.
Also, again, as a coach, you can start rolling out some interesting run-out patterns, some interesting game plans because why not? What do you got to lose at that point?
Yeah.
And you can start treating it as a practice. Stop treating it as a tournament. Start treating it as a practice.
Yeah, just have fun.
Yeah. So I don't want to say Ohana's in that. I'm not implying that Ohana's going to go 0-3, but
If Ohana, I think Ohana has a tough bracket.
yeah.
But both brackets are tough. You have what I would say 2 brackets of death because either or there's.
You got high rollers you got to deal with.
Yeah.
You got heroines you got to deal with. You got vibe you got to deal with. Yeah.
Sirens looked good at the last event. Cheetah's going for a little bit more pocket.
Ohana really pushing out. They left nobody at home.
Snake player for Ohana getting a check.
Yeah. I think she's going to be. Nope, she's out.
No, she's hit.
But Ohana really pushing out of the start box aggressively.
Which it's good to see. Like,
Yeah.
they're trying to do it. But Cheetahs, they're going to win it slow.
Cheetahs are doubled up over here at this snake mini temple. They're definitely in clock kill mode.
Yeah.
Which has got to go against the Cheetahs ethos. Cheetahs ethos, because I watched them be a real aggressive team last year.
Well, I mean, there is 60 seconds, so.
Yep. We're under 60 seconds. If you're relatively new to the sport, by the way, any major penalty under 60 seconds immediately ends the game.
So,
Another player walking off, though, for Ohana. So
as long as Ohana doesn't get a major, they're good.
Well, you know what? They're under 60 seconds. I don't believe they've got one. They're 1-4 right now in point. So they should try to go win it.
They can put another.
We get a hit right there. Middle player dropping out for the Cheetahs.
I feel if Ohana can get another one, that will help them with their margin. But, I mean,
Play to win it.
It got real quiet for a second.
There we go. Movement up the middle from Ohana.
Ohana moving down the D side. They're moving. They're trying.
Player walking out, though. I can't tell if that's Cheetah or Ohana.
It was an Ohana. So
yeah, you're right. The Ohana player over there on the Dorito side. Running out of time, though. You've got to be under 20 at this point. So Cheetahs are going to win this match. Yep, there we go. Go to time.
overall, I'd say Ohana played fairly good against who they were playing. Cheetahs played, well, they're the Cheetahs, so they played
they
really
played great.
Good. Heroines probably were like, okay.
Heroines rolled.
Yeah.
Heroines rolled. Cheetahs rolled. All right, so Cheetahs coming off, Ohana coming off. All right, so that is going to wrap up that match. We're going to have Cheetahs and Heroines both take their end of the spectrum, their end of this match, which is kind of expected, right? It's kind of what we thought we'd see. Dominant performance. Ohana going back to do a little bit of soul searching, try to figure out what went wrong there. Same thing for Archangels. I think Archangels are closer in terms of being ready to take these kind of matches. Ohana needs a little bit more seasoning. Any closing thoughts, what you saw?
This layout will get interesting by Sunday.
Yeah. I also want to take a moment to thank one of our sponsors. You've got a collaboration going on very soon between HydroFit and Sandana. In the Hydro booth at 10 a.m., there's going to be a drop. I'd like to see a big crowd there. I'd like to see fist fights. I'm hoping it's like a Black Friday. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So there's a brand new head wrap getting dropped over at the Hydro booth at 10 a.m. this morning. So if our viewership numbers dip at 10 a.m., we understand why. I want to take a second to say thank you. Thank you so much for being out here with us, Costin. Good luck. You playing this weekend?
Yes, I am.
All right. You know the layout. No excuses. All right. Thank you so much. We'll be right back.